What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 228, and we're recording on March 20th, 2023. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
And a quick reminder, so check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. I was stuttering there. I don't know what happened. Warren moved, as y'all know, and he's having internet issues. So if he turns into a robot, or we all turn into robots, it is what it is. We'll try to power through this week. We have some potential fixes over the week, but this week might be a little rough. So
yeah, I'll try to fix it on post. That being said, if anyone goes robot, it's the two of you guys because I'm recording. So hi you
two. Big new releases. We are covering 3 songs this week. BTS's Jimin, he had a solo. It's not technically the solo debut. It's a pre-release to the solo debut called Set Me Free Part 2. It is not Part 2 to the Twice song that's also called Set Me Free, which came out last week, but it is Part 2 to one that Suga released a while back on it. It was like an interlude or something like that. Then we have Bobby. He also, I didn't realize this was also a B-side, but it is. But he released Cherry Blossom. And then we have NMIXX with Love Me Like This. That is not a B-side. That's an A-side. So we have one A-side, 2 pre-releases. First one, Jimin with Set Me Free Part 2. He is from Big Hit. And he will release the title track Face on March 24th. And as a guy with a good face, that should be an interesting project. This song. So, you know, when we talk about pre-releases and B-sides, I often say that we give more leniency for them to try like interesting things, right? Like the whole point of a pre-release is to get you interested in the actual release. And I feel like regardless of how you feel about Set Me Free Part 2, it has your attention now, right? Like,
yes,
it is doing some interesting things here. As we were talking before the pod, we kind of said it reminds us a little bit of On and Black Swan, that type of vibe going on.
Yes.
But other people said it kind of feels like Jimin's sort of in his Kanye West mood too, is what Warren said, right? So
Kanye West.
Yeah, you mentioned Kanye West at some point where he was going a little theatrical and things like that.
I think it was mostly the production and the beat of like the hip hop heavy, brass heavy, choir heavy. Felt very southern yet trappy, very Kanye, but also Meek Mill. I don't know. It's like a common trope in hip hop music that we feel very comfortable leaning into in creating big, majestic sounds. And I think that's what he's leaning into here with this track, right? Is he's clearly going for the big, majestic, look at me, I have like a horde of back dancers while I do my thing in this big, majestic room made of concrete, you know?
Yeah, it feels like a big event. Like, I've been playing the Diablo 4 beta this past weekend where it's kind of grandiose and there's like gothic things and there's demons and there's angels. It kind of reminds me of this song. There's some epic moments in this song as well. It just feels like a grand event. For me, I would say I like the song. I have my only qualms are with some of the vocal vocal effect choices is what I would say. That's my only issue with the song.
In what part?
The second verse, particularly. I think they went a little too far.
In the midway point?
Yeah. Like, oh, my way! Like, things like that came out. Bro, I'm doing the auto-tune. Come on, dude.
Self-auto-tune.
Let me cook, dude. Come on. Bro, I listened to this song like 20 times today. There's something about this song that I don't like the auto-tune because I don't think he needs it and I don't think it adds too much to it. But I keep coming back, dude. I've been listening to this all day.
Let's talk about the auto-tune real quick. Auto-tune is 100% a creative choice. It's a very artistic choice, not something along the lines of Jimin, he doesn't know how to sing, fix his pitch.
That's not
No.
That's 100% not what's going on at all here.
Bro.
This is a very
just get out my way.
Good lord. Oh man. Dude, my train of thoughts have been derailed completely.
Bro, by my auto-tune, man. I'm so good at it.
Wow, look at you. T-Pain, move away.
Bro, I got this.
Speaking of T-Pain, right? T-Pain brought in this era of doing hip hop and R&B music with a lot of autotune, spiced up singing. People liked it. Some people didn't. I think we've learned.
Yeah.
We've in the past a couple of years we've like evolved from that even where like musicians like Travis Scott or like Lil Uzi Vert, or if you look towards Korean music, there's C-Jam, and then there's CK, right, DPR, who do a lot of auto-tune heavy music, but in a way a lot more subtle and a lot more instrument sounding, whereas T-Pain leans heavy and heavier into the detached pitch changes, if that makes any sense. In terms of applying the actual autotune, if you go into the actual like virtual instrument, you'll kind of learn about this, but there's fast autotune and then there's slow autotune. The trend right now is leaning a little more towards the slow autotune, whereas T-Pain does a little more fast autotune. This is where I think I might be wrong, I don't know, some people think this sounds like a version of cheaper autotune, whereas some autotune sounds good and a little more luxe, if anything. And I feel like they leaned a little heavier into the very fast and more T-Pain-y autotune here, which is where Doug is like, "Ooh, I'm gonna nod my head because I didn't like the sound of that. It was a little too much."
It feels like they just, for me, right, as someone who doesn't know about any of the production, it just feels like they added some in for a little bit of shock factor, you know?
Okay.
That being said, someone like T-Pain is actually a really good singer who doesn't need it as well, right? He's won some singing.
Right.
He won the Masked Singer American version, I believe.
Yeah,
For
he's
season
really
1,
good.
right?
Good.
So, yeah, I feel like though this is a pre-release, right? And I feel like the big event here was like the music video as a whole with this ridiculous amount of backup dancers, and it was crazy. But no, okay, Anita.
No. The
Whoa
thing
there,
is-
buddy.
The thing is, I feel like the thing that made it interesting for me actually was the mixing, like the sound choices, the styling of the vocals, because visually, as we already mentioned, this reminded me a lot of On because of the setup of the choreography of the music video. I don't know if people remember, but for On, they also had a very big amount of backup dancers. Like
Yep.
the
At the
choreography was
stadium.
choreography was very grid like, very like a lot of rows, columns, and I feel like when I saw it in On, I thought like, oh, this is really cool. It was the first time seeing something like that from them too. So I feel like seeing it again, it felt like, okay, well, we've already explored this type of choreography, this type of presentation. I'm a little confused how this adds to his color as a soloist, as an artist. I don't know. It makes me more curious to see, like, will this be what his whole project will sound like?
Exactly. That's
Because
my
I don't
thought.
know. I kind of wish it wouldn't. I kind of wish it would have more variation here. But I don't know. It's a pre-release. We'll
Anita,
see.
do you want more German writing on his body? do you? I feel like that was a ploy just to get fans to like pause and rewatch and zoom in, dude. Like I feel like it was
I'm probably
I feel it was like a tactical body, dude. Like tactical body armor. That's what we got here with Jimin, dude. It was tactical. One other question, quick fire question for Warren. Better stadium song, On or Attention?
Attention.
Attention. You know what the correct answer is? IOI Dreamgirls. That's the correct answer for a better stadium
What
song.
kind of question is this?
That's an
that's
interesting
cap.
answer.
That's cap.
Oh my
That's
god,
cap.
this is weird. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Song wise, I do think it does lean a little more towards On, a little more towards the hip hop roots of BTS, and I kind of do appreciate that, because if I think about what I wanted from a Jimin solo, I wanted to see what it would look like if Jimin does the whole thing by himself. Because right now, when I look at
Really? Okay.
when I look at BTS's discography, especially with the title music, Jimin is often like the little spice. He's not doing most of the chorus. He's there to spice things up with his unique vocal tone and his very high register. And I love his voice. Good God, like
Good tone. I really like his tone.
I do, like, in this modern era of K-pop, I think in terms of boy group vocalists, he is up there in terms of people I'm most excited for. And to a degree, I feel like that is delivered here, especially with the creative use of autotune. Some of
I
it
agree.
I was a little less excited about. On the chorus, I was a lot more excited about it, I'll be honest.
Yes,
it made a lot more sense. That being said, however, if you're gonna do the whole song by yourself, I'm expecting him to do the whole song by himself, front to end, in that consistent level of exciting quality. And I feel like the verses were where it got a little draggy, a little bit, because I'm not sure if that's something he was particularly good at. Was it because of the song choice in terms of the genre, or is it because he doesn't have a lot of experience doing a whole song by himself? I have no clue. All I can tell you is that once it hit the beginning of the first verse, it was, and he had a much lower register when compared to what I'm used to hearing him sing. I don't know. I was a little less convinced. I'll be honest.
Well, I saw I'm not going to take credit for this point of argument, but I read somewhere online someone said it's kind of ironic that people are like, we want the old Jimin when the whole song is about set me free, Like, it's ironic that the messaging of the song is, I want to do whatever I want, I don't want to be like repressed anymore. I want to do my own thing. And then people are like, you should sing how you normally sing, buddy. Like, it's kind of ironic. Man, shout out to the backup dancers. I think they really add a lot in the music video. They did a great job. Even that beginning sequence where he's kind of hiding and then he comes out all of a sudden, that's pretty cool. I enjoyed that thoroughly. And sometimes you can have like a one-room music video if you do it right. And I think this is a good example of that.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Because the production quality is way higher than some music videos that have 8 sets, but it's just not good, So,
it's one set, but it was effective.
I'm really excited for Face on March 24th now. I'm very curious as to what it's going to look like. Is it going to be more of this? Are we going to get something completely different? Who really knows at this point, right?
Face is set to be a 6-track mini album. It has the title track is going to be called Like Crazy, and they're including an English version of that.
So the title track is called Like Crazy.
Yes. Okay, title track is called Like Crazy. Album title is going to be Face. Hello, YouTube. Please do not leave us angry comments. I corrected this man over here. Please, we have made the corrections. Please, thank you. Please don't be angry. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, we're gonna get a comment. 100%.
Oh, how dare you get the name wrong of an unreleased song?
I know. I'm excited though. I didn't say anything too bad.
We're hyped.
The auto tune was a little crazy. All right, let's move to the next song. We got Bobby from Icon with Cherry Blossom. This is a B-side as well. He's going to release his solo single, Sir, on March 21st. I'm pretty sure that's actually the name of the title track, but I could be wrong with that as well. So he's from YG. His last 3 solo songs were You Mad, I Love You, and Hold Up, which was like 5 years ago, that Hold Up song.
Wow.
Cherry Blossom, he's in his emo phase, isn't he, with this one? A little bit?
Yeah, very Post
right?
Malone-ish. Yeah.
I don't know. So here's a quick spoiler. Our Gochu gang did not like this song. It got like 2 votes out of like all of them.
Oh my goodness.
It got 2 third-place votes and that's it.
I
thought this was really solid from Bobby, showing us different sides of him, not relying just on like aggressive rapping. I thought he sang pretty well. Yeah. I like the theming. The music video felt like a good package with the song. I thought it was pretty good.
Same. In fact, I would easily say this is my favorite song this week. Like, easily.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, thank you, dog. I'm glad. We're both in our sad boy face.
I was being gaslit by the Gochu gang. I was like, is it not that good? And I was like, no, it's pretty good. It was my favorite out of the 3.
I think the production itself is pretty standard out of the box. You have these guitar, bass, emo, drums. All of it kind of makes sense. And the melody flows really, really well. Like, it's honestly, a part of it is like standard Korean cafe music, just placed on top of this emo aesthetic. But it works really, really well. And you have, on top of that, you have Bobby's vocals, he's normally a rapper with his very husky tone, but he's bringing that husky tone into more of a vocal setting. And I feel like that really adds to this context.
It works.
Right. Works really well with for instance, the lyrical content, which I don't talk about lyrics too often on the show, but like those lyrics were really pretty. I
loved all the ways he talked about the cherry blossom things. Like, you were more beautiful than a cherry blossom. I lingered longer than cherry, which means like, we stayed in our relationship a little bit too long,
Right.
Like things like that. Rather than cherry blossoms, I rather you. Like, bro, these are great lyrics.
No,
they're solid.
There's the end of the first verse. Actually, where was this? somewhere in here, he said, "To me, you are a fantasy swept away overnight," and I was like, that's like really pretty. Like that just line itself. I mean, so does Cherry Blossom Flowers once it falls down.
This song got me very sentimental. I was thinking about some things. Like, it doesn't even have to be like a straight relationship like the song is implying. It could be like, for me, a lot of it is like, the people you met and the good times you had in like, well, for us, it's like most relevant is college, right? Like, you had a great time then. You had like, it was like cherry blossoms. You were there for like 3 years. Maybe you knew these people for a year. You had a great time, and then it's gone, right? Because things happen in life, and then you look back and you like compartmentalize all this, and you like remember the people as they were, and like some things like that. There's some people, like for me, I have this big thing where I don't want, like, the best example is I live in the same town as my elementary school, right? I never want to go back into those buildings because I have a picture in my mind as to what they look like and what things from my perspective back then. And like, I don't want to ruin that for me. So I drive by it all the time and have zero like want to go into those rooms ever. And that's kind of what this song's kind of saying about a relationship, right? Like, it was good while you were there. It was fun while it lasted. There might have been bad parts, but in the future, you only kind of look back at the good things that happened, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. It got me thinking.
It was a very fresh take on like the topic itself, right? If I think about Cherry Blossoms, I think about two things, right? One, I talk about the flippin' zombie with Jang Bum-jun and how that Cherry Blossom ending track always comes out to the charts every year, this time of the year during the spring. It's a great song, but like everyone listens to it every year at the same time. And then on the other hand, I'm thinking about cherry blossoms, like like in New York or in Korea, whenever there's like cherry blossoms during this spring-ish era of the year, people will go on dates, people will go hang out, have picnics, take a lot of photos, and it's like a very cute thing to do. And it's such a short gap of time, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's only up for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. What? Why are you nodding like that with your weird ass face? And I feel like people have this like very springy, butterfly, spring kind of emotion attached to it, but we never think about what comes after that. It's a very quick thing, and this kind of feels. I really feel like it kind of dives into that, and it does it really, really well. It's not like something we talk about very often. You know what I mean?
Okay, you had a massive lag spike during that. We heard the first 4 words and then the last 3. But you held it together pretty well, to be honest.
I solo carried it while I was on
you
lag.
Solo carried it. Whatever Warren said, y'all know I don't know what he said.
Exactly.
How do you feel
concur.
about Cherry Blossom?
Well, see, I don't know if Warren mentioned this, but
Just say it. I'll cut it out if I need to.
Okay.
No,
I was
fine.
just if I repeat it, then I'm just agreeing with you again. But I feel like the motif, right, of cherry blossoms, at least what I think about the most is that it's very, very pretty, very, very quickly, right? Like, so it's like all at once they blossom, and it's very, very pretty, and then like within a week, within
They gone.
2 weeks, they're gone. Yeah,
gone.
it's quite brief, but it's very, I don't know, I guess it reflects on this of like, okay, it didn't last as long as we wanted it to, right? But it was still very enjoyable. It was a good time. And I feel like, yeah, that makes perfect sense, perfect timing for upcoming spring in the
So yeah, that is very similar to what I said.
Okay, I concur.
We agree. We didn't have to
agree.
talk about it either. We just agreed right off the bat.
Strongly agree. Yes.
So this is all to say, lyrics of this song, very
Great. They're so good. I normally
Very
don't
nice.
care about lyrics, but when this one, I had the subtitles on, I was like, man, he's saying some words right now.
good.
The music video is also really pretty. I like how they did a lot of the lighting, like
So
very
it's a nostalgic lighting.
golden hour-y. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very golden hour-y, yes. The yellowish, bluish tones.
Yes. Okay.
I do want to recognize Bobby is the main lyricist for this track, as far as I'm aware.
Oh,
Nice.
Bobby got in a mood and wrote this one, right? Like,
Yeah.
Someone
feels
broke
like a
Bobby's
song-
heart.
This feels like a song Bobby wrote in like an hour and a half, and he's like, "This is pretty good right here." You know, he was sitting there with a coffee,
from the heart.
looking out. It was the sun was going down. He was looking out the window, and he's like, "I got some lyrics," and he wrote it down. He's like,
Reminiscing.
"This is great right here, right?" This one feels like it came together pretty quickly.
And that's what I hope for. Like tracks like this, I really feel like the more you sit on it, the more you think about it, they're gonna be just very big and convoluted. Well, another thing that stood out to me about this track is like it's pretty standard production, but like once you hit like the second verse, for instance, there's a good amount of change up. Like there's these electric guitars that come in and they just play on top of everything else, and then you switch over to double time for the build up. It's all very subtle. All of these production choices that bring a lot of contrast. But all of it's playing a very good role in terms of making the song not boring because it's looping. It's not looping is what I'm saying. Same goes for the bridge after the second chorus. We have a sudden drop in emotions. Kind of hoped like there would be a little more at that point. I feel like that was a little empty with him just saying her. Or was it fall? Oh no, her. Okay, yeah, that's what he said. He said her. But in a more artistic way, because art. Anyways,
I thought this was great from Bobby.
Same.
I'm also excited for the actual release that's gonna happen tomorrow. From him, because like Bobby's kind of an enigma, right? Because he came on the scene with Icon. They had this really aggressive style, and he's grown up, and the music's grown up with him, and I'm interested to see what he presents to us tomorrow. Boom. All right, last track this week. We got NMIXX. They're here with the real song, Love Me Like This. They are from JYP. Last week, we had Young, Dumb, Stupid. We had Funky Glitter Christmas during holiday break. And then we had Dice, which was their second song. Okay, I might have been a little harsh with Young, Dumb, Stupid. People were saying, y'all are a little harsh on this song just because they sample a nursery rhyme. Y'all hate it so much,
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
But it's a fair point. And then people were also shocked that like we didn't say the original nursery rhyme much as like when we were growing up. But like honestly, I didn't.
I didn't. Yeah.
I did not. But we have NMIXX. Love Me Like This. They did not have NMIXX change. They did not change it up or whatever they say in the middle of the song.
They didn't.
They did not. I feel like when you do not change it up, it removes the change it up debuff on the song, which makes it worse. And it makes a better song when you don't change it up.
It's a debuff, okay.
It's a debuff when you say that. It just doesn't work well,
Instantly lose 30% of your max HP.
Exactly, something like that. This one, if I think about their actual title of songs, Dice, and this one,
yeah,
is this one the best out of the three? It's debatable. I think this was the most like the song that makes the most sense, right?
Most cohesive.
Yeah, it's definitely the most cohesive for sure.
It is cohesive, yes.
It's pretty good. I had some enjoyment with this one, I feel like
I agree.
I feel like NMIXX is still kind of finding their groove, like I don't think it's too set in stone. But I kind of like this one. It wasn't anything too crazy. It was high tension, which I liked.
Mm-hmm.
The actual chorus reminded me of a couple songs. The one for me that I thought of right off the bat was Like This, which is similar because the title is very similar, but Like This by Wonder Girls, the one they did the flash mobs for. I felt like it sounded a little bit like that.
I hear it.
This song though, I don't have any crazy complaints, to be honest. Like last week.
Well, yeah, I feel like this song, as I mentioned, feels more cohesive. I feel like they took a route where it felt like, okay, let's strip it down to the beat and like vocals, and then very, very minimal in a way, I think. And I feel like it works because I think there came a point with some of their previous tracks where it felt like I wasn't sure what direction we were going visually, concept-wise, like musically. I was just getting a little confused and overwhelmed by everything. But I feel like in this one, it felt like very focused, I guess. I thought the rhythm also reminded me of Twice Signal in like some of the parts that they have, where it's very much just like beat, vocals, and then here and there they add the melody. And I think it worked. I also feel like the choreo is really fitting too.
Ooh.
Yes,
Like
yes,
it
yes.
matches like it emphasizes the chorus very well, and it makes me like remember it even more, like both visually and musically.
I do think if I think about NMIXX's comebacks and debuts so far, I think more about their choreo than their actual song. This
Ooh,
track
good point.
also, I do think the song is even more complimentary to the choreo than it has been in the past, which probably should say something about given that their debut was with the leg up as a gun and like people doing the popcorn, Coke, zero Coke,
Coke Zero Coke.
No.
They're never gonna live that one down, dude.
No, it's always gonna be a meme.
Never gonna live that one down.
So I think that says a lot in terms of how complete and cohesive this feels in terms of this song and dance package. Now, it's probably easy to guess what I'm going to say about that. The song itself feels a little like it needs a little something more by itself. We're missing a little bit of soul.
Okay, yeah.
They're missing the MSG, dude. They're missing all over the MSG on this.
They're missing the
little.
MSG. Yeah, they're missing the little
Jimin,
muscle.
they took
Tashita.
the Jimin song. They might have put a little bit too much MSG. This one just need a little more to make the taste real good. Right?
So some of those songs just did not too much umami apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do agree with you, Anita. It's a very minimal production. A lot of focus, big focus on the drums, the percussions, snapping. At some point, I heard like beatboxing sounds, and then there were these claps, and then there was the hip hop vox loop. The
Oh yeah.
hey, that thing. Like just over and over again. And all of that's fun. It creates this really bouncy, really rhythmatic hip hop slash R&B tone to it, and I for the most part I think that really suits what they're trying to do with the choreo. But I think what I'm concerned about with that is I identify their biggest talents as Haewon and Lily, these two incredible vocalists,
Yes.
and they're being kind of fed these smaller parts because the track itself leans a little more hip hop and a little more like rap heavy. And the rappers, they rap, but
They feel the need to put. It's like Kyujin has to be the center of the chorus, right? Like essentially the first one at least, right?
Right.
It's the current meta for their sounds, but I feel like NMIXX right now is defined by those two vocalists for sure.
yeah,
in my
like
mind. At least.
Kyujin, Jiu, great people.
Yeah.
They know how to.
They're the good performers for sure.
Right. But a song like this, in terms of just like the music itself, I feel like it really needs like solid rap for the entire thing to work, and that's what it's missing for me. And maybe it's because I focus on rap. I don't know, but it feels like I'm gonna do another soccer analogy. It feels like we're missing the midfielders here because we have we have the the strikers and the attackers, and we have the defense. We gotta build the ball up from the back towards the up to the other side of the field. We're not able to do that at the moment because the midfield is kind of not being able to really pass their way in. So we end up at the situation where we kind of like put that into the background a little bit. We're doing the long passes from the one side of the field
basically
to the other
Liverpool or
side.
PSG. They are either of those teams because that's their big issues right
Yes,
now.
yes.
They're either of those teams. Liverpool or PSG have this problem.
Nunes is great. Salah's great. They're just not getting any parts. That's the issue right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I just thought of, because I feel like I've been thinking about there are songs like this, right, where very minimal, focusing on the percussion
and the performance for
and
sure.
the performance, right? And I feel like talking about the vocalist, right? And I felt that as well. Like I kind of was waiting for a more like a vocal highlight here and there, because I think they can pull it off. They got the talent for it. And I feel like maybe what I was hoping for is kind of like what, I mean, this is a really old reference, but Single Ladies, Beyonce, right?
Oh, Single
It's a
Lady! Single Lady!
It's
Single
a
Lady!
very, very minimal instrumental, like mostly all percussion, really. And I feel like maybe I'm reminded because they were in an all white set, like, and I felt like, oh, very minimal. The same thing happened with that music video, and I feel like there are points in the song "Single Ladies" where the vocals kind of take it to a higher level, right towards the end, where like the melody comes in and they do it's not really a switch up, but like it's just building and giving a bit more I guess, emotion to the song. And I feel like maybe that could have worked here, where like Lily had a point maybe where like she takes a little bit more of the melody and like shifts it a little bit so that it's not just the same percussion you hear in the chorus. I don't know. I feel like that maybe would have given it a step up overall.
I'm gonna add on to that what if a little bit. Can I? Because I thought something was gonna happen and it didn't.
Oh.
If you look at tracks like this, what very commonly occurs is having a 2-part chorus. The first part, which is a little more low key and very addictive, and then the chords kick in, and then the vocalists do their crazy thing, right?
Yeah.
That second part, I thought it was gonna so happen, and it never did. We just jumped straight back into the rap.
We got the hip section instead, you know.
Right. We got the
choreo was fun. Yeah.
It was fun.
It was fun. But like at the same time, I think the song would have worked a little better if we had that kind of moment. The moment where like ITZY songs were really good at this, where they're balancing both sides of the spectrum really, really well.
And as Anil said, there was that one like vocal bridge a little bit section, Hey One into Lily. And then they were kind of like were kind of put back into their places, just singing these short ad libs all of a sudden, like you know, instead of like actually harmonizing or doing something there, right? Like they're just kind of delegated back to doing like cute little like 2-note riffs or something, you know.
Like I thought we'd have like a
else.
proper singing chorus at the end of the rapping chorus, but that never happened as the issue, I think, for me.
That being said, out of the NMIXX songs, this one, it's inoffensive. I think it was pretty good. I had a good time. This one's gonna be good on a stage, I think, for sure.
I have a question for you two, right? And I was watching some TikToks around this song, and people were complaining about two things. People were complaining that they enjoyed the mixed pop aspect of NMIXX leading up to this with OO and Dice. And now it's gone. And they're like, oh, this sounds generic. This sounds boring. We're bringing back the mixed pop, you know?
To be fair, that was their defining trait, right? And they've kind of stopped doing it. And it's in their name, literally.
Right. Literally.
Right? Now, and if you stop mixing, then what do we got left? N? Is that what we got? Like,
N.
That's that all we got? I don't know, dude.
So here's a question, right? NMIXX, obviously, this is not going to be their last comeback.
No.
What is the move? Do we lean heavier into the mixed pop? Or do we just go in this random direction that feels like it was pulled out of nowhere?
It's safer, but it might be better, right? Like, I don't like. That's a very good question. The people at JYP really need to figure out what to do, because Twice seems to have settled back into stuff that like, well, just I like, you know? I like what they're doing right now. I don't know about everyone else. I like what Twice has been doing last couple songs.
Okay.
And ITZY, people are like, what if they, like, ITZY's all over the place, right? People don't know what they're doing. And NMIXX now feels like they're kind of in the ITZY boat too, where people are like, I don't know what they're doing at JYP with them, right? So JYP needs to have an internal look. They need to self-reflect, and they need to figure out what to do with ITZY and NMIXX, because there's a lot of talent in both of these groups. It just feels like they don't know what the path is for either of them.
I mean, to be honest, I just feel like maybe it was a little short-sighted to have this concept of the mixing, right? Because I feel like from the debut, I thought it was a little overwhelming, like a little jarring, the way that it was being done. Like maybe the concept could have been developed further, but the way that it was introduced with the group, I think, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of it. So to me, like this sound, yeah, it's a little safer. It might not be fitting of like what their concept started out as, but I don't know. I feel like the way that they were doing it was not, in my opinion, the best to begin with. So I don't think this is a bad shift.
It always comes down to the question of what are, first of all, it's a two-sided question, right? It's a question of what are the current existing fans, what are they gonna like?
True, the audience,
right?
Yeah.
And then the other side of it is what is gonna be more effective in drawing in more fans. So it's a question of maintaining your fandom and increasing your fandom, right? To me, this feels like we're leaning a little heavier into let's grow the fandom. I'm not happy with the amount of money we're making right now. You know what I mean? Like we need better growth. So we lean heavier into a sound that might be generally more publicly and offensively appealing. But it's obviously coming at the cost of everyone that was like,
They're losing
Ooh.
some of that magic, right, of what made them NMIXX.
right, I'm missing NMIXX change it up. Where's my NMIXX change it up, JYP? Where'd it go?
Yeah, where's Big Wave, Piajima? Right?
Yeah. Now that being said, JYP is still calling this mix pop. I'm looking at their
Really? What?
I'm looking at their press release. Title track
Yeah.
"Love Me Like This" maintains a street vibe and a bouncy rap on top of an R&B style vocal line into one mixed song.
What?
Okay.
They're gaslighting us right there.
Yeah.
I feel gaslit.
But well, apparently it's mixed pop, folks. So who
Okay.
knows at this point?
All right. I think that summarizes all the songs we discussed this week. Wait, summarizes. That ain't even the right word. That concludes the songs we're gonna cover
That
this week.
mixes everything into
NMIXX
one little
summarizes all the
segment.
songs. Yeah. Other releases this week include Trends with New Day's Golden Child's Why had a solo debut with If I Were the Wind. Superkind had Moody. Yeon from CLC had Strange Way to Love. Kim Jae-hwan had Spring Breeze, and Gaho had Love Me. All right, Twice King. Last week, episode 227, Twice Set Me Free picked up its first crown. Second place, Kai Rover. Third place, 50-50 from Cupid. And there was a tie for third place with NMIXX Young Dumb Stupid. New candidates this week include BTS Jimin Set Me Free Part 2, Bobby with Cherry Blossom, and NMIXX with Love Me Like This. Warren, I need to ask a question to you before I make my decisions here.
What? What is this?
What did I do?
What's going on?
I need to
here?
collude today.
What?
Oh,
Is
What?
Twice
Blatantly?
is Twice in first place on your chart?
Twice is no longer first place on my chart.
It wasn't last week anyway.
No,
So it's
actually,
not like it
yeah.
was at any point.
Yeah.
All right then. I'm putting Kai Rover in first place this week.
Let's go.
I'm just gonna do it.
What was
You
that
know?
point of the question?
I needed to know if I was gonna screw them out of a triple crown or not.
Oh.
That was my logic there. Kai Rover is the one song this week that I listened to the most. I don't know why,
Exactly.
but I listened to Rover maybe 40 times this past week.
It's so catchy.
It's so catchy. Second place, I got Twice, Set Me Free. And then in third place, I have Bobby with Cherry Blossom. And that is my chart for this week. Boom.
Very nice. Very nice. I also put Kai in first.
Let's go.
Oh,
Yeah. I feel like I was kind of warming up to the song when it released last week. And looking at the live performances, the music video.
The TikToks with my favorite one was with Momo. I thought it was so good.
That was really
They were
good.
basically in matching outfits too for it. It was crazy.
Crab tops.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I feel like every time Kai has a comeback as a soloist, right? I am reminded how good of a performer he is.
He's so good.
He's such a good dancer, such a good performer. Yeah, I like this song. I enjoyed it. So first place. Second, I also have Twice.
Let's go.
Let's go.
wow, let's go.
I've also been hearing this maybe a little less, but it's still up there. The chorus I think is growing even more on me. This is the part where I feel like the 2-part chorus works really well. I like how it's set up, especially the second half of it. I think the melody is really nice. The vocals, very, very solid job. Twice. So second place. In third, I was deliberating here, but I will give it to this song because I like, personal opinion, I like this direction. I like the sound. Is it 100% perfect? No.
NMIXX?
But NMIXX.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay, Anita.
I don't know. I really see where the shift went, and I think it made sense to like bring it back a little and not do too much. Just to give it a different spin to their sound and their concept. But I like it, so I'll put it in third.
Oh boy. All right. Let's go with the process of elimination here, right? The track you just mentioned. Mm-hmm. NMIXX, Love Me Like This.
Not in your chart.
Not on my chart. It was cool. It was alright. I don't know. It was alright. Same goes for Young Dumb Stupid. That's not on my chart. What is on my chart is Cupid by 50/50 at third place.
Ooh, okay.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout.
Yeah,
Still really good, yeah.
I've kind of come back on it, if anything.
Yeah.
The B side
solid.
on that little cute little single is the twin version, which is essentially an English version.
I've heard it a lot too.
I've heard that one as well.
I feel like the English lyrics work better than Korean, if anything, for some reason.
Ooh.
I don't
Oh.
know. Like, I haven't really done any analysis as to why. I don't know. The whole like first intro section with like the hopeless romantic all my life, that part just stuck in my head. It's really, really sitting there, just not leaving. So it's on third place for me, because it's been out for a while. Second place is actually going to Rover by Kai. It's not on my first place.
Oh.
Y'all are just
Nice.
late. It was first place for me last week.
I know.
It was slow. I was already on the Rover. I drove around in it. It's parked behind in my parking lot. Yeah, this is about it. Good song. I like it. I'm still listening to it, but not as much as this new track. Man,
Oh my God! You have
Bobby with Cherry
in
Blossom
first.
on first.
Wow.
It's a good ass song. And maybe it's because I lean personally towards songs like this. I have my sad boy section of my heart.
Emo. Emo sound.
Yeah, I don't know. I dig it. I'm hoping. I'm actually. You know what? Actually, I have no idea what Sir is gonna be like, but I hope it's not a blank reintroduction of the stuff he's done before with Mino or Hold Up for that matter, or and Show Me the Money. All of which were cool stuff, but this whole new side of Bobby that's a little more mature and a little more sad. I don't know. I think he has a lot of room for growth here. Yeah, and the lyrics are really cool.
Wow. Yo, when I'm feeling emo, I whip out the My Chemical Romance and the Tokyo Hotel
Oh my
from
God.
back in the day. Oh my
Wow.
God, dude.
What a throwback.
Anita, did you know one of the brothers in Tokyo Hotel is married to Heidi Klum right now?
Oh, really?
Yes, look it up,
I did
Anita.
not know
Isn't
this.
that crazy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gochu Gang. First place was Set Me Free, 42 points. Second place was NMIXX Love Me Like That with 33. And in third place, they had NMIXX Young Dumb Stupid with 25.
Oh,
Interesting.
Back.
As a result, third place is Bobby with Cherry Blossom with 6 points. Second place is Twice Set Me Free with 11. And then in first place this week, Kai Rover, 13.
Let's go.
Wow.
Boom.
Let's go.
Let's go, Kai. All right, finally, we're at show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yeah, we got a couple here. New jeans.
Oh, I messed this up somewhere. What the
Oh.
heck happened to my thing?
Never mind. I was surprised because I saw new jeans on the list.
Let's do this. Let's do this on the fly. We got this.
Are you sure?
Okay.
You can pause
Yeah,
the
yeah,
show.
yeah. No. We ain't pausing.
No?
We're doing
Okay.
we're doing it live. Okay.
All right,
That
Doug.
one had no broadcast. Anita, let's talk for like 10 seconds.
Anita, how are you doing? You feeling all right these days?
I'm doing great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little tired.
Are you
Daylight
a little
savings-
tired? That's
Daylight savings happen.
Daylight savings did happen. That's a very American concept that I do not enjoy.
It
When are
is.
we stopping? When are we stopping? Why is it still on? I thought we were gonna stop it. I thought we're not doing it anymore.
I don't know.
Doug, it's been 10 seconds.
Oh my god. I could do it.
Also, speaking of Ditto, not that we were talking about Ditto, it's still like getting perfect all killed. Y'all know that?
Honestly, I'm not surprised.
I thought it would come down by now. It's March. It was a Christmas gift.
It's still.
It's
still
been
so
quarter of a
good.
year since Christmas.
Honestly, okay. Reflecting on this, Ditto is now higher than it was before. I still like OMG more, but Ditto grew on me more over the last couple months.
Okay,
That was
I'm
great.
really close, guys. I need 2 more Google searches and we're ready. Okay,
Okay,
show,
all right.
show
Okay.
champion.
We're not
show
done.
champion.
Okay.
Oh, we're good now. Here it
We're
is.
good now?
Anita.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's still New Jeans with OMG
Yes.
winning on Music Bank.
Lord.
Dang, did it only have 5 wins overall? That's okay.
Yes.
Dang,
Ditto got
I
in their
expected
way.
more, but that's true. They were competing against themselves, but
Oh wait. Oh my god. What happened here?
maybe not.
Maybe not.
Oh, they won Inkigayo. That's what messed this up. They won Inkigayo again.
Yeah.
They're up to.
So-
it's only 5 wins though. I did look that
5
up.
wins, OMG, Inkigayo, let's go, New Jeans. Then we have J-Hope with On the Street, 1 on M Countdown, so 2 total wins for him. Then we have Twice with Set Me Free, first win on Music Bank. And then Onyu with O, or Circle, first win on Show Music Core.
Yeah, I really screwed this up. If it's wrong, it is not Anita's fault. It is my fault this week. I don't know what happened. I swear that I was keeping up to date with this, but apparently I had like a brain fart or
It
something.
was all
But,
Doug's fault. Please send your angry emails to Doug's personal
No,
email.
no.
at-
that I forgot to mention someone in the show winners, yes. But that ends part 1 of SojuTalk episode 228. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 228. Over the break, Anita and I were talking about our emo music phase. Oh, it was a great time. Like, we had a full discussion.
Reminiscing.
Oh, it was so good. We're at K-pop news and events that happened last week though. First one, SM signs an exclusive business agreement with the law firm Sejong as part of its first steps promised by SM 3.0 business plans. This is what they're doing. SM has opened Kwangya 119, a site to report and share proof of SM artists being slandered. So they have. So this is basically they made a website where if you see someone on the internet saying false things about the SM artists or slandering them or making terrible edits or whatever, you can now report them to SM. Now, when we say a bad thing about an SM artist song, that doesn't mean you should report us, guys. Like, that is our opinion. But when someone's saying crazy stuff, I guess you can report them now.
Well, yeah, I guess I wonder how, like, what is the specifications for these reports? Like, how do you...
So right here, SM will
validate
use
them?
the site as a tip-off site to assist with filing legal complaints. Any information such as malicious rumors, slander, verbal harassment, sexual harassment, invasion of personal privacy, using artists' IP to create goods, and other malicious acts.
Okay. I'm kind of thinking about this. This might seem like it's coming out of nowhere, but I feel like in the context
It was
of...
it's what they promised to like better protect the artists was a part of their SM 3.0.
Right. I mean, I think you got to think about the context of the K-fans, where this is a very common thing they do. Like, they will take a lot of screenshots of whoever saying slander about aespa, for instance. They'll collect all those screenshots, create a big PDF file with links to wherever it came from, and then send that off to SM Entertainment. Be like, hello, please do all of these folks. We did the work for you of collecting all the bad mouth people, you know? And that's a very common thing that you like see in the K-fan sphere, where like the idea of getting a PDF has become like a term for like, you know, I'm threatening you. You know, I got a PDF of you and send it over to whoever, you know. So this makes sense.
I think it's good. I think it's a great thing to protect the artist more, because sometimes people are making these ridiculous edits, or they're like saying crazy things, or
Yeah.
you once in a while when you're looking on Twitter, you see in the comment section there's like an unhinged person because they know that they could get away with it because of the anonymity of the site, right? Like they're just saying ridiculous crap that they would never say if people knew who they were or what they look like or things like that, right? And things like this kind of help with getting those crazy people to stop doing crazy things.
Anita, you better watch out.
Oh
What?
God. Okay.
What?
I know
right.
that off the podcast you're a different person.
Whoa. All right. Also in terms of SM Town, and well, NCT 127 specifically is teaming with Z2 Comics for the first K-pop graphic novel.
Huh?
in partnership with I think it's Universal Music Korea, I believe, right here. Yes, it is. And SM Town, NCT 127 Limitless will drop in late summer in different hardcover versions, including deluxe
Wow.
signed versions. Anita, you could get a
Break
signed
it.
graphic
Wow.
novel.
That's crazy. What is this even going to be about?
I
wonder.
don't know. It's gonna be interesting though.
They're gonna go into the Kwangya.
Kwangya.
Yeah.
They're going to go into Kwangya.
Yeah, for sure. They're gonna form a Megazord with their bodies. They're gonna get into crazy
Transformer
shape.
style.
Neo culture, unite!
You remember that one time in the TVXQ when it was down to two guys and they had that one music video
Yeah.
where they formed the giant like bone
hands.
monster with their arms and stuff?
Yes.
That's what they're gonna do.
Oh,
That's what
jeez.
they're gonna- That was pretty crazy. All right, so that one happened there. There's actually not too much news this week, guys. Next one. YG Entertainment and Korea Air signed a memorandum of understanding yesterday on March 15th. The agreement includes Blackpink appearing in special welcome video on Korea Air flights. Korea Air will also become the official sponsor for Blackpink's current world tour, Born Pink. So, if any of you in the last like 3-4 years have flown to Korea on Korea Air from the United States or wherever you're from, there's been like these super M videos where they talk about the safety and they talk about the flight, like what the exit row, and they do a little dance in the middle, and like all the super M bros are in that. So I think
Yeah.
it's gonna switch to Blackpink now is going to be the new person in the videos going
Wow.
forward.
Ooh.
Very nice.
And also they're sponsoring the world tour Born Pink, so you know sponsorship money is good. So
That's
that's
great.
something interesting.
Nice.
Right there.
Yeah. I mean,
Next
yeah,
one, tied to Blackpink. Jisoo has surpassed 950,000 pre-orders
Oh my
for her
God.
first single album, Me, in just 2 weeks, and after pre-orders started on the 6th. That's a massive number for a soloist.
Not even like
That is humongous.
sales, just pre-orders.
They had
Pretty much a million.
510,000 in the first 2 days, and 840,000 in a week.
Good lord.
Boy.
And this article stated, considering at the time this was written on the 20th, so today, considering there's about 11 days left until the release, we're probably looking at the first million seller female solo
Pre-sales.
artist.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's such a big number for a soloist, because normally soloists don't sell too many.
Right.
But a
That's a lot
million?
of anticipation for this.
People
I
are
hope-
hype.
Yeah. Hope it.
Yo, all I know, if you're
Delivers.
looking at the screen right now, Jisoo's neck looking hella long in the goddamn. She's here. It's not actually that crazy. But yeah.
Man,
That's a humongous number.
I'm so curious as to what the music's gonna sound like.
Yes.
Yeah. This is like when you had Lisa, you had Jenny, you had Rosa, you kind of had a guess what it would sort of sound like, right?
An
But
idea. Mhm.
This Jisoo one is just completely up in the air for me.
I hope
No
it's
clue.
disco trot. You know, like
Trot.
Yeah, trot's really big nowadays.
Next one. E-Daily shared Triple S will debut a new subunit, Crystal Eyes, in the first week of May. So we had the something Angel from Asia, right?
Acid Angel of Asia.
Acid Angel from
yeah,
Asia,
yeah.
which happened, and now we're going to get Crystal Eyes.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's exciting. So the reason I said this, you guys know what company they're under, Madhouse, right?
Yep.
Which
Right.
has Jade and Jung on it. The real breaking news is hidden after this, guys. I don't know if Warren and Anita ever heard this, but Heejin, Kim Lip, Jinsol, and Cherry signed exclusive contracts with Madhouse.
Yo!
You didn't know this happened, guys?
No.
No, I
You
knew
didn't
it
know? I
happened
didn't
in
tell
this
you, so I was
acting for the
hoping. Okay, I wanted this reaction. They signed
I
with
did not
Madhouse.
know this.
So we have Odd-Eyed Circle Plus. That's what they're saying now. With Heejin is involved in it. Yep.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Odd-Eyed Circle Plus has signed with Madhouse, so they are reunited with Jade and Jung, who was the original creative director at BBC.
Right.
Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you go to Jade and Jung's portfolio website, it had a list of like, it used to say, I finished doing Luna work after Butterfly. That line's gone. As in like,
Oh,
Luna work open to discussion in progress. Who
Oh.
knows?
wait! So both of you didn't know this until now?
No,
I didn't.
I knew about it. I was acting for the show.
God damn it!
Well, I was surprised.
I- I'm
That
a
being
liar.
said, this is extremely exciting to me.
It is.
I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of the narrative on the Western side was that like Jaden bad, Jaden ruined Luna, right? That thing. But now that we've really seen what has been developing with BBC, a lot of people have revised their opinions, which you are completely entitled to, and they're now saying BBC bad. Maybe Jaden not that bad, considering these kids are re-signing with the label he's at right now.
Okay, I think it's a little early to say that and make that conclusion.
Hey, but we're gonna get Odd-Eyed Circle plus Heejin potentially. dude.
Honestly, I hope
That's exciting.
I really want this to work out. 'Cause
Odd-Eyed
I feel
Circle
like
was my favorite
been rough.
subunit as well. Back in the day. So
Well-
I'm super excited for this.
Luna ain't done yet. We thought they were
Nope.
done, but nope. They're still partying.
I wonder if Kim Lip can still use Kim Lip, considering that's not her real name. Because it's her stage name, because her real name is Kim Jong Un, like the dictator. So that's why she goes by Kim.
Oh.
Yeah, if you didn't know that factoid right there.
I didn't
right?
know.
So, yeah. So that happened. Next one, Mamamoo, MyCon US tour. We have dates here. It's
Nice.
gonna happen in May. They're hitting up New York, Baltimore, Atlanta, Nashville, Fort Worth, Chicago, Glendale, Oakland, and Los Angeles.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Wow. So
Wow.
that should be kind of fun. And then the final thing, NMIXX Showcase Tour, United States. They're going to be
Okay.
stopping in Seattle, San Jose, Los Angeles, Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, Washington, D.C., and Brooklyn.
Oh my god.
This is the same place, King's Theater, that Warren and I almost saw ITZY at, but we decided not to. And in retrospect, we should have gone.
You should have. Big mistake.
Yeah, so if you want to see a showcase tour is more like they do the songs they have, and there's a lot more like fan interaction moments. in
Right.
there. It's not as much of a concert. They might cover some Twice songs or something like that, but it's a lot more like interacting with the fans. They do games, they talk, that type of.
I mean,
be
you
fun.
know, given that they're still pretty new, I think that kind of makes
Hey,
sense.
if it's a big deal for them,
It
for
is.
the kids,
Yeah.
the
It
NMIXX
is.
kids to do this, because it's the first step of finally touring across the world. So that's all the news this week.
So much tours this week.
Too crazy. Next week in terms of songs, Bobby tomorrow, Sunmi and Bio have a collaboration track.
Oh.
Craxy, I Chilling, Kingdom, and then we have Jimin's title track is also coming out.
Okay.
After we quote unquote end the podcast in the after hours, what do we have? We have Warren made a World Cup, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What kind of World Cup are we doing?
Today's World Cup is best Korean food to introduce to your non-Korean friend or family that is not familiar with Korean food. World Cup.
Ooh.
I
Okay.
have opinions about this, yeah.
All right.
Are you guys
so,
going to talk about Boys Planet? Are you guys going to do that? Or?
Okay, I
Very
want to
briefly.
talk for 5 minutes. There's about
Yes.
2 kids I need to yoke at. I need to curse about 2 kids.
Oh, no.
You need to yoke at
Like,
them? Okay.
Bro, some dude, things happen.
Oh, wait, I
on
think
this
I know
show
who it is. I
which
know who
were,
it is.
like, if I was on the show, I might get kicked out for slapping a fool, dude. Like,
Oh, jeez.
it was that bad.
Oh, geez.
They were one of the Chinese kids. I'll just give a spoiler. One of the Chinese kids was shit talking their leader in Chinese, and he was wrong about it too, objectively.
Oh.
I mean, if you want the details and you're not,
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons. Bagel. Based Mina. Brian. Shadow. Delmonic. Ellie. Irvtron. Flaco Louie. Genki Boy. Ogumama. Honey Pool. Jacob. Liam's Games and Toys. Luke Daniels. NJ Parks. Tier. Thank you for joining SojuTalk, the weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods. Jacob. K-Music Erday. Koala. Max. No Bias Luna. Tuggles. And Wolf297.
All right, we're back at it in the After Hour State of the Nation. We're going to do a World Cup about the best Korean foods to introduce to your friends who don't know a lot about Korean food. But before that, Anita and I have to vent about Boys Planet real quick. You know, most of it went okay. The Tomboy group, which was the Avengers group, was amazing as advertised. It was ridiculous. It might be
good.
okay. Maybe I didn't think it was the best thing ever. I thought it was great.
Maybe the expectations were a little too high, but they did well. They delivered.
The big incident that happened was in the Feel Special group, right? That was the big incident of the episode. Chaungi, who I believe is already debuted in a group, right, Anita?
Yeah, he was in TO1.
Yes, he's in TO1. He's on the show right now. He was the leader of the group with Feel Special. That group didn't have like the talent level isn't too high in that group, right? Essentially, the first scene that happened, you know how they practiced and they perform in front of the judges, right, or the mentors.
Evaluation, yeah.
They're evaluating, and Soji's there. She's the vocal trainer, and one of the trainees, Jang Shuaibo, doesn't try when they have to dance. Like he's lazily doing it, and she's like, "What's wrong with you?" And he's like, "I don't like my parts, so I don't want to try too hard."
What?
He basically said that. Like,
yeah,
he's like, "I'm not doing well because I don't like my part." Is what he told him.
I think I don't know if he said he didn't like it, but he said like he didn't feel confident about it.
He's like, I'm not confident. It's too
hard.
difficult, so that's why I'm not performing well. It was essentially his.
Wait, sorry, I don't understand. He just said, "This is hard. I'm not gonna do it."
It's not like like basically he wasn't trying, and then Soji's like, "Why aren't you trying? Don't you want to be here?" And he's like, "My part's too difficult." So okay, like
I don't understand. Why? So he just didn't practice because it's too hard.
No, he practiced. He just wasn't confident enough to do it well in front of the teachers, apparently. So that happened, right? Essentially, Woongi then takes like everyone's part that they don't want in the group. Man ends up singing the entire both choruses and the bridge by himself because no one else wants to do it because it's quote unquote too difficult. So he sings basically all of the hard parts of the entire song. So he's hard carrying the shit out of this group, right?
Out of the vocals, yeah. And he choreographed.
And he choreographed all of the parts that they had to change because you need to do a choreography section. So he made choreography even though he's never done it before. So he did everything for this group.
Oh, God.
Then at the dress rehearsal, it wasn't that good, right? Like some of the members weren't showing enough emotion or doing it correctly. So the judges are like, guys, you gotta step up your game here. What's going on? So then these members come off the stage. And then Jang Shuaibo and the other Chinese member in the group, what is his name?
Chai Jin-shin.
Chai Jin-shin. They're talking in Chinese, and Jang Shuaibo said, before that even happened, Jang Shuaibo and the other Chinese kid were talking, and they said, if we're not good, the production crew will help us out anyway.
I didn't get that comment.
Yeah, he said that. They said that. But then after the dress
that.
rehearsal, they're standing off stage, and he says, Jang Shuaibo says, it wasn't going to be that good anyway. Woongi, the leader, never told us the emotions of the song. Like, he never explained the song to us.
And then
even though Jang Shuaibo from the second Feel Special was announced, said, this is my favorite song. I have to do this song.
Yeah, he seems so excited about it.
They had a piece of paper that they filled in before the show, and one of the sections was, what is your favorite K-pop song? And he wrote Feel Special. And then he didn't know the lyrics. And he didn't know the emotions of the song. So he said to this other guy, Chaungi never explained to us what kind of emotions we're supposed to convey. And then they showed the smoking gun. There was a clip of Woongi explaining the song and the emotions to them.
During their practice.
So it happened.
Their practice.
It literally happened. He just straight up lied.
There was literally a clip of him explaining to them in detail. He's like, it's longing, but you really are thankful for this person because they make you feel special. And when times are tough, they're there for you and all this type of things. He was telling them all about the song. And then this guy had the nerve to say, we did bad because this guy didn't explain to us what the song's about.
I'm sorry. Like I understand have like a very filtered vision of the song of the episode right now through Doug's explanation.
No,
and Anita
bro.
going, but like
it was literally that bad.
It sounds awful.
People online were saying, I'm Chinese, and he literally threw him under the bus there. I heard exactly what he said in Mandarin, and boy did he throw Woongi under the bus. I also saw there was Jang Shuaibo fan sites on Twitter saying, I can't believe what Jang Shuaibo said during this episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw 2 or 3 fan sites that were like, oh my god, I can't believe, and they were like, I know Mnet is bad editing some of the global kids and the Chinese kids, but like, it literally came out of his mouth. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm so perplexed of how things ended up because it feels like this was the position he wanted, the song he wanted. Like, people were trying to collaborate, it seemed. Like, he was a great leader. Like, he was doing so much.
He hard carried the crap out of this group.
dang, like you could have
You
done
know
a
what's
little more.
the worst thing, Warren? To twist the dagger a little more.
What's up?
Jang Shuaibo placed number 1 in the song.
I see that.
I think honestly, that's where I felt like, what?
And even the people in the room, the other kids, when they announced this, were all confused. Like, what the hell happened?
I mean,
They were all sitting there like, what the hell?
does he already have like a good following? Does this?
So he was on
I think so.
he was on
Youth with
Idol
You,
Producer
season
season 3, but he got out really early on that show. And then the Korean fans were voting for him because they thought he was handsome. That was the extent of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 6'1" or 2, something like that, and people were saying he's handsome.
Oh yeah, he's tall.
But like that's the reason. But to be fair, the people who voted for him in person didn't know what had gone on behind the
Well,
scenes.
yeah,
right?
that's the thing.
Yeah.
So they were voting on just base popularity, but it is one of the what I will say will go down as one of the worst edits in the history of the show.
It was bad.
It was so bad.
I don't know if he's safe. I don't think he's safe for next episode.
Yeah, it was. If he's not safe this time, whenever they do the next voting, he'll be last for sure.
It's next week.
Next week, but
it's this
I'm
week,
saying
yeah.
if he gets past next week, whenever they do the last elimination, they get to 18 or whatever, he'll be last place, 100%.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was the big event that happened. It was crazy, and Warren said it blew up on the internet in Korea. Like he was trending number 2 on Naver.
Oh
I think.
really?
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know the details, but I saw a lot of people that were unhappy with.
Oh my god, it was terrible, dude. It was so bad.
I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't know what Mnet's good at doing, and he just was like, "Oh,
I mean, like
production
here's the
crew will make it sound good." I don't know.
thing. Mnet could have tried to like evil edit him as much as they want, but the crap came out of his mouth directly.
Oh,
Like,
I mean, let's be honest.
it
Mnet
is ridiculous.
Mnet is fully aware that this is gonna cause drama and it's gonna cause more noise.
100%.
That's why they put the proof he's lying right after. It was so funny.
They were building the story right
They were
there.
building the story.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, here's the thing. At the end of the day, at the very, very end of the day, you could be a shitty person for all I know. I wouldn't know because I'm looking at you through the monitor, through the camera lens. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a layer of filtering in between where if you don't open your mouth and say stupid things,
This
It'll-
season,
it'll go by.
more than ever. If you do something bad, the fandom dies. Like this happened to a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
Now it's happening to Jang Shuaibo. Like overnight, no one votes for you anymore.
I don't
Let's put it
understand.
this
Like,
way: there was this kid Dao who was ranked like 13th last elimination.
Yeah,
People think
pretty
he's
bad.
going home next week.
I mean, this is what I don't get. Like, this isn't the first season of like this doesn't produce
Oh,
101
no.
anymore.
Yeah,
We've
these
been
kids
doing
gotta
this
be
for half a
smarter.
decade.
They gotta be smarter than that. And
Why
not
are
say
they so
terrible things.
stupid? Stop saying stupid stuff on the camera. Like, then again, we got like you know like angry comments a couple of times here and there for saying stupid shit on our show. But like, still,
Yeah. So that was the big event. The rest of it was pretty like straightforward. Yeah. So let's do the World Cup now.
okay. Well, I'm glad. Feel special does not feel super special anymore.
No, you gotta watch it because Woongi was so good in it. Y'all gotta
He
vote for
card
Cheongi. He
carried-
crushed it.
For real.
Do you guys
Oh,
think
he is-
Woongi's gonna monopolize the votes now?
Woongi might not
He's
make the
safe.
final group, but he is now 100% safe to the finale, in my opinion.
I think so too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we will see what happens. This kind of sounds like a not very entertaining version of Blackpink Boombaya from back in the day with Produce 48. Oh,
Oh yeah, okay.
like
Yeah, that's
20 just carried the whole thing, and the girls didn't try because it was too hard for them. Who knows? Anyways,
fair. This was so much worse. All
it
right.
is. Okay, so today's World Cup is best Korean foods to introduce to your non-Korean friend or family that does not listen to
Ooh.
K-pop, does not watch Korean dramas, is not versed in Korean culture, but you are now the cultural ambassador. Your
This is a
random
fun
friend
thing, because yeah.
needs to know, understands Korean food, and you are now the cultural ambassador. You have to pick one food that you're gonna feed to him once you guys visit Korea. This is gonna be the first meal, or you're
This
taking
is,
him to a
um,
K-town. I don't know what you're doing, but yeah.
This is a good thing because there are a lot of people who live in countries or areas where don't have a lot of Korean influence, so they can't eat Korean food unless they go on vacation. I know people who like, let's say I go to vacation to like a big city, there might be a Korean restaurant and you go try it, you know, because you like K-pop.
Yeah.
So this is a good thing. Let's
Yeah.
go.
All right. Now, for context, both of you guys have been to Korea.
Yes.
Correct.
You guys know about Korean food a decent amount.
I ate it for dinner.
Yes.
Yes.
I am Korean. My main dish of choice is Korean food. So I guess that gives us a little bit of credibility. We're needed. Okay, let me start. Okay, cool. All right, round 1. We have straight kimchi with rice
tough.
versus jokbal, pig feet.
Okay, so here's the thing. People recognize kimchi as like a staple Korean food, but it is not an introductory level food, in my opinion. Unless you stir fry it, then it's a lot more muted and it's more acceptable.
Right.
Yeah.
But straight up cold kimchi is not like a beginner level food, in my opinion. But jokbal is like level 15. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'll eat it once in a while, but I'm not a big fan of it either.
I feel like for me, it has to do with like, what do you prioritize more, flavor or texture?
Yeah,
I think
jokbal's texturally
it's a
bad.
texture thing.
There's a lot of collagen and like it's a little jelly-y for meat. So
But the flavor's good.
the flavor's good though.
It's very approachable, I think. It's just the texture that I think.
See, here's what I'm thinking, right? What's Korea known for right now? K-pop, BTS, our movies, our skincare. Skincare is where it's at.
Oh,
K
That is true.
pop, K films, K skincare. Put those masks on. You go to Korea, your skin instantly gets better when you come back. And
That's
jokbal,
true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
jokbal plays a role in that. That extra collagen is gonna give you the youth that you need
Yeah.
in your skin texture. It's gonna be tangy like it once was, like a baby's bare bum 20
Koreans
years ago.
believe there's a direct correlation between jokbal and like pig collagen consumption and a healthier, better skin. Like you could even go to a Korean restaurant and order just like pig skin straight up, and they'll grill it and you eat it.
Oh,
People
pig
do that.
skin's kind of gross. I'll be honest.
I
don't
know,
like it.
but
Like
you got pig
rice?
feet and you got kimchi and rice. I think that it would be too difficult for our non-familiar friends to stomach the gelatin of the jokbal.
I agree.
Really?
I think although kimchi, people might think it's spicy and too sour and cold, which is a little weird. I think it is more accessible than jokbal is.
If you
Okay.
had like some nice warm rice, I think it's doable.
Yo, it's literally just kimchi and rice. It's like
Right.
being given white toast and pickles.
See, this would be so much
So
easier if it was
easy.
bokum kimchi and rice, wouldn't it? Fried
Yeah.
kimchi and rice. It'd be so much
That's so
easier.
much better.
See, the context of this is that, this is what we used to feed our slaves at the bottom of the caste system. We give them a big bowl of rice and just nothing but kimchi. So, you're telling me that you want to treat your visitor friends
No.
like the
It's
servants
just-
they are?
I feel like somebody would probably be more willing to try something that they feel like, oh yeah, this is a staple. Like I've heard of this before. Like I am aware of what it could taste like. Whereas with jokbal, I feel like it's a little bit of the unknown.
I don't like it sometimes. dude.
Just
Like,
don't eat the skin. Just skip the collagen. Like you don't have to eat the crust when you eat
Why
pizza.
can't
You
you
know
just?
what I
Why
mean?
couldn't this be bosam instead of?
Oh, that's so
jokbal?
good.
Bosam's easier to palate. dude.
Because that's too easy to palate. That's why.
All right, I am picking kimchi and rice.
I will do that too.
All right. I guess I am outnumbered here.
Bro,
Kimchi
people,
and rice moves
especially
on.
when you got the trotters on the plate, people ain't gonna eat that, dude.
Oh, the full
When they got
foot.
this, no.
Jokbal is really good though. I'm really craving
It's good,
jokbal
it's
right
good.
now. Yeah. Jokbal with some like soju on the side. Good lord. Man. All right. Kimchi and rice progresses to round 2. All right. Next round. Fire chicken ramen versus army stew.
All right, clearly it is
Army stew.
budae-jjigae, aka
Yeah.
army stew, should win here. I have never eaten buldak bokumyeon, the spicy
Really?
fire
You've
noodle.
never?
Because I can't handle spice, dude. Oh no, I ate it one time.
How'd
It
you
was
go?
it was a mess. I can't handle it. No.
Did you finish
I
it?
did.
I
eat it
finished
once in
it,
a
but
while.
the bathroom finished me afterwards.
It's always an
Korean-
adventure in, adventure out. That's what it
Korean
is.
army stew is a recipe that came up when the Americans were helping out during the war because it included some ingredients that the Americans had. Like there is in the middle, there is a slice of processed Kraft cheese. Cheese
Yellow
like a Kraft
cheese.
single, but it also has like Spam. These days you put like mushrooms in it, maybe a little bit of like little sausages. Sometimes like it's pretty much like a everything stew. You throw everything in there. Some of them have beans in it, right? Like baked beans.
Yeah.
I've seen that. Ramyun noodles. It's pretty much like a Korean stew with a bunch of stuff that all tastes good together.
Tastes great.
It does. I think the original versions were like baked beans, sausages,
Baked beans, sausages, Spam,
Spam,
Cheese.
ramyun
cheese,
noodles,
ramen
cheese.
noodles.
a couple whatever vegetables they had laying around,
and kimchi.
And kimchi, yeah.
Because we put that in everything apparently. Here's the thing. I think we're being too nice to them. They're gonna be familiar with sausages. They're gonna be familiar with Kraft cheese, Spam. Well, they know what that is already. This is not gonna be a far outreach for them. I want to give them a new experience. I want to let them know that Korean food can be a little extreme sometimes. So we're going straight to fire chicken ramen. So that way, next time they go eat shin ramen or anything mediocrely spicy, they're like, oh, this isn't too bad compared to the fire chicken ramen I had last week. You know what I mean?
You give them the fire chicken ramen, they're never eating Korean food again, unless they have good spice tolerance.
Yeah, I feel like it scares people.
No, we're training them. That's what it is. We let them know that this is going to be a difficult experience, but we're training them. We're helping them evolve into the next level of spice tolerance.
Here's the thing, though. Army stew, budae-jjigae, when you have it for the first time, you're like, I don't know what's going on here. It's kind of weird. But then you eat it, and you're like, oh my god, all the stuff has married together perfectly. Right, Anita?
I agree. I feel like also the options you get with the stew is like you can try certain things, like, okay, I didn't love that. You could still eat other things within the stew.
And
you
also,
have more options.
Budae-jjigae is one of the best entry vehicles for people to get used to eating Spam. Honestly.
Yeah, it tastes good.
Honestly, y'all Americans don't know how to eat Spam. I'll be honest.
Oh, Spam is so good.
It has a bad rep.
It does.
In the West.
Spam and eggs for breakfast. Spam musubi, budae-jjigae, all fantastic. Spam kimchi fried rice.
Oh yeah,
so good.
You don't even need to do that. Just like chop up some Spam, grill it, and then eat it with rice and kimchi. You're done.
Exactly.
Good meal.
All right, budae-jjigae wins here. There's no way
Yeah.
we could recommend fried fire chicken ramen.
All right, I guess we're going with
I
a
would
weak
eat
ass
it, but-
mouth.
I'm
Army
weak,
soup.
dude. I can't handle it.
All right, round 3. We have bulgogi versus Korean fried chicken.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I have something to say, and I know people will hate me for saying this. I don't care. I don't give a crap. Bulgogi is overrated. Sorry.
No, it's not.
It's
No,
stupid
it's
overrated. It's okay. It's sweet beef. That's all it is. Let's be honest.
It's so good.
I'm not even trying to troll here.
It's good.
I think it's just okay.
Here's a factoid. Costco now sells bulgogi meat, dude. It's like
Marinated?
a little better cut than what they have in like an H Mart. It's a little more fatty of a cut. It's like a cheesesteak cut almost.
Ooh.
It's like a thicker chadulbegi, and you make bulgogi out of it. It's so good. It's so good. Alright, so bulgogi is a marinated meat. You put like soy sauce, sugar, and garlic are like the 3 primary flavors that you would taste.
Yeah.
Where Korean fried chicken is Korean fried chicken. It's like KFC, but on steroids. It's even better. They pump MSG through this chicken. It's so good.
Flavors,
so many flavors. They have Asian themed flavors. Nowadays they have like cheese powdery flavors. Like they got a lot of stuff going on here. It's a shame that Warren's okay. Oh wait, Warren's screen is not blurry on his side. It's blurry for us. I have to remember this. Bulgogi though. Okay, I did not know. I thought that bulgogi was the main Korean barbecue meat because growing up my entire life, we did not eat pork like samgyeopsal in my house.
Oh.
I thought that bulgogi was the default. But then I realized I'm privileged, and that's what it was. that's what I realized. Bulgogi is delicious. It is so easy to eat.
Good.
You put it with rice, it's fantastic. Korean fried chicken. The reason why I think Korean fried chicken should win, though, is because it is a play on something our friends would be familiar with.
I was gonna say,
almost all countries have some kind of fried chicken.
Yeah,
and this is a play on it.
I agree. I think that's people would be more willing to try fried chicken.
Again, I think bulgogi is overrated. I associate it with catered foods.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean, though.
It's always a very similar flavor, very similar texture.
Do you
always
like
a little dry?
Grilled styled or like more of a jungle style? Because you know how watery like a bulgogi hot pot's in right now in Korea is popular,
right? Versus
like a traditionally grilled with a charred way. What do you prefer?
I prefer the hot pot style, the bulgogi 전골 style. Honestly, at that point, the thing is like the meat's fine. I'm eating it for the soup. Again,
okay, that's
I think it's okay. Korean fried chicken, though, on the other hand, you like bite it and
It's really
it's
good.
juicy, and it's just the juice splatters all over your mouth, and it's just.
Do you want to
crispy.
know what is the best fried chicken I've eaten in my life?
What is
What?
it?
I can name it very easily. There's a restaurant in Disney World, Disney Springs, which is like the shopping district of Disney, called Art Smith's Homecoming, right?
Art Smith.
It's a guy who used to be Oprah's private chef.
Wow.
And he has a restaurant. You know what's the most amazing thing? It was a white guy who used to be Oprah's private chef. And he makes the best fried chicken I've eaten in my life.
Wow.
It is so good. Like, I can't even tell you. It is better than Korean fried chicken, this fried chicken.
Okay.
It's like magnitudes better, in my opinion. So if you're ever in Disney, go to Art Smith Homecoming. It's very hard to get a reservation there, just saying. But
I imagine. Yeah.
Korean fried chicken here has to win.
Yes.
Has to win.
I also want to note it is by far the biggest kind of food that is popular for delivery in Korea. It is a incredible part of Korean modern cuisine. We have words like chinanim, which is the equivalent to chicken god. You know,
Ooh.
say thank you to chicken god when you eat.
You get the fried chicken. They give you some of the pickled radish, the kakdugi with it.
yeah.
You probably get some fries or something on the side, or cheese balls is common. You get some beer. You're having a party. when you eat
Chimek.
Yeah, the chimek. The chimek. So chi is chicken, mek is mekju, beer, chimek. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry now. Korean fried chicken wins.
Yes.
We'll talk more about fried chicken later. All right, round 4. We have bibimbap versus 제육볶음. Anita, what is bibimbap?
Ooh. What?
What is
is bibimbap?
bibimbap?
Well, it's a mixture of like veggies, and you usually have a fried egg, and it's on a bed of rice. And bibi means like mix, so you mix everything together, put some of the gochujang sauce. It tastes good. It's really
good.
hard to get it wrong, I feel like. So
It's also really difficult to get it really good too. Though.
That's the
it's
issue.
in the middle range. Yeah.
It's in the middle. It's the most like it. Not in a bad way, but it's the most mid Korean food for better or for worse.
It is.
You know.
It is.
Yeah.
It's always just mid.
You know what speaks volume? That's the food you eat on the airplane over to Korea.
oh.
That says
Yeah.
that speaks volumes.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's what you always eat on the airplane.
Um,
Jaeuk is a spicy stir-fried pork. You put like a gochujang, so it's fermented chili based paste on it, and then you add sugar, you add some other ingredients. Sometimes they add veggies into it. Sometimes they add even a little bit of rice cakes. I've seen in it as well. Delicious, straight up, right?
Oh,
yeah.
It's fantastic.
Oh yeah. Bibimbap. Look, here's the thing. I know bibimbap is like famous as a Korean food.
Yeah.
Jeonju bibimbap.
The Korean government put a lot of effort into just popularizing it overseas. For some reason, they ran marketing campaigns. All things considered, again, I think it's mid, just all right.
You know why bibimbap is actually difficult? You have to separately prepare all of the vegetables and stuff.
Time consuming.
It's a lot of
Very
effort.
time consuming.
Yeah.
That being said, if you go to a restaurant and they have bibimbap, I suggest you get the hot plate version
Hot-
where it's in a
yeah, hot
stone bowl,
stone.
a hot stone bowl.
Always. Yeah.
It makes a little crispy rice towards the end, and I think it's way better than normal bibimbap.
Also, one thing that you'll notice about a place that does good bibimbap is instead of giving you gochujang, they'll give you soy sauce, like
Really?
marinated soy sauce. Yeah,
Okay.
and that way you feel you can taste the ingredients better. Whereas if you just slab on gochujang, everything just tastes like the chili paste.
And if you're at a place that gives you straight lettuce or arugula, if you're at a straight lettuce place, it's an ass place. If you're at a place that gives you arugula, it's a too bougie of a place.
no, it's just white.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. It's just white.
You're eating like a non-traditional bibimbap if
Yeah.
they have any kind of lettuce in it. Like
Well,
if you have spinach is fine. Cucumbers are
Yeah.
fine, but lettuce, hell no, it's too far. You've gone too far.
The thing is, I've had like arugula included bibimbap, and some of it's good. Like, I kind of like it.
Oh, that's what we do at my house.
Yeah, no, it's good.
We always do it. But like at a normal traditional restaurant, there should not be arugula in it. That being said, for what is more introduction, here's the thing: you eat a bibimbap. If you've never had gochujang before, you'd be like, "Oh, this is good." It's like a not it's like a fried. It's not a fried rice. It's a mixed rice. It's a rice dish,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But if you eat Jayuk and you're someone who ends up liking the sauce that they put on it, it's mind-blowingly good.
It's so
Right?
good.
It's so good.
You don't
if
know
it's
what
good.
it is. It's just really good for some reason.
You're like, what is this? It's fatty pork. There's a red sauce. It's a little spicy, little tangy, little sweet. It's a flavor explosion if it's good.
Yeah, I vote 제육볶음.
I think the traditional answer is to pick bibimbap, but I think Jayuk they'll have a better experience and a more memorable time.
Hell
Bigger
yeah.
impact.
Yeah, I'll
Hell
pick
yeah.
Jayuk here.
Okay. Let's go with that.
제육볶음 is also a better view into Korean everyday culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. 제육볶음 moves on to the next round. Round 5, we have sundubu suntofu stew versus tanakji, which is raw octopus. So what you do there is you get octopus
nakji
legs, right? You chop it up, add a little bit of sesame oil, add a little bit of salt, and you're done.
I don't think I've eaten it ever.
I've never had that.
Really?
No.
Have you, Warren?
Yes. It is
Is it good?
great. It's great.
Well,
yeah.
Really?
well, Warren's failing to mention is it's still moving around a little when you eat it.
So
Oh.
you gotta be careful when you eat it, because otherwise it's gonna stick to your throat and you can't get it out.
Oh my
Once
god.
it sticks there, you know what I mean? Like it's moving around, and the what are they called?
Esophagus?
No.
The suction cups.
Yeah, the suction cups. They're still active when you're eating on them. You gotta chew them right away.
All right.
That being said, it's really good.
Sundubu jjigae is one of the primary types of jjigae or stews in Korea. It has sundubu, which is like a really soft tofu, is the main feature of it. Sometimes at the end they put an egg yolk, as you can see over there, or sometimes you crack whole eggs into it. I have also seen as well.
Yep.
Depending on the restaurant. It is my least favorite type of jjigae. So, and I don't like jjigaes and all that much in general because I'm not a soup person because I burn my
You're not a
mouth.
soup person.
But that being said, I'd rather eat boiling hot soup than raw octopus.
I agree. I like sundubu. I think it's good for cold weather.
See, you guys are
Tastes good.
closed off in your mindsets. You gotta be open and accepting of
Yeah,
new
well, your
culture.
throat was open, and now there's an octopus moving around in it, buddy.
No.
So
But it
who's
tastes good.
winning here? Nah, I feel like that's the type of food people eat to get a recording of when they're in Korea, like the
Like a
tourists,
challenge,
like a
yeah.
challenge. Yeah,
Honestly,
Noodles.
people go to do that and they have a good time. That's the thing. Like you go in for the novelty and then you come out of it being like, "Whoa, like this was actually not that bad."
No,
You know?
I think some people don't.
sundubu
Have a
jjigae is
good
just way
experience.
more approachable.
Here's the thing. If any of you guys are ever in Korea, go to Gwangjang-시장 and they'll have stuff like this where it's
I had
mixed
that.
in with beef tartare and it's
Uh-huh.
great.
Beef tartare.
Yeah.
So now people have to get over the bar of eating raw octopus and eating raw beef because
Look.
some people don't like either.
Look at Sam Smith. Sam Smith is having a good time.
You know
Is he?
what's the good combination? Beef tartare bibimbap. Then we got something
Oh,
going
I never
on.
had that.
Ukwe bibimbap.
Ukwe
Then
bibimbap,
that's pretty good.
Dude, look at this man. Look at this white man. He's
Look
he's
at him.
smiling.
Oh no.
Oh no.
See, look at this photo of
he
Sam
looks like
Smith.
he's in pain.
He's having so
Sam
much
Smith.
fun.
Oh
Look
my
at this.
God.
Okay, fine. I'll take sundubu stew. I like
Jjigae.
sundubu stew. Okay, sundubu jjigae moves on to the next round. Round 6, we have naengmyeon, which is cold noodles versus tteokbokki, which is
no.
stir-fried rice cakes.
Okay, so naengmyeon is a cold noodle dish. It is buckwheat noodles in a what kind of broth is it? Is it beef? It's a beef.
It's
whole,
typically
but like
beef.
ice.
Yeah.
a beef broth, and if it's a
Slush.
good place, there's some form of ice in the broth
It's
still.
slushed.
It's
yeah.
a cold noodle, but then people generally add a little bit of hot mustard, and they also add vinegar into
Mm-hmm.
it, and it comes accompanied by some pickled radishes, typically, maybe a little
Slices of
piece of
beef.
Asian pear, some slices of beef, and
And
perhaps a hard-boiled egg. Tteokbokki, on the other hand, is a rice cake dish which has a spicy Korean sauce and sometimes comes accompanied with fish
cake?
cakes as well. So that is the typical way to eat either of those.
Let me
Here's the
provide
thing.
some context. Oh, okay.
Naengmyeon, I think, is a better, like, I'd rather eat naengmyeon than tteokbokki, right? But at the same time, it's a high level Korean food, and if you're not, like, it's a hard food to get non-Koreans to eat, in my
Really?
opinion. It's cold, sometimes if you
The
don't add like,
concept,
if you
yeah.
like the vinegar, then all of a sudden it's sour and cold. Or if you don't like the vinegar, a lot of people say it's too bland. You know, like there's a lot to get over with it.
Okay, I can kind of see that. The context of you eating naengmyeon should be very specific when you're introducing them to your friend, right?
It has to be really hot
Right.
in the summer.
It's got to be really hot, but you got to start off with Korean barbecue first. You got to
Yeah,
go.
that's the
Oh,
finisher.
yeah.
You got to start with Korean barbecue. You do this whole big meal, and then someone in the party goes, "Hey, who here wants a bit of naengmyeon at the end?" And you
gotta
raise your hand. You got to raise your hand.
Yeah.
And then the server will bring out either a half portion or a full portion because you're a big eater like I am. And then you go down on the cold noodles, and it is a perfect ending to this fatty, meaty meal you just had.
Do you eat mul, the normal naengmyeon, or do you get bibim naengmyeon warm?
Bibim naengmyeon.
Which is the spicy red sauce is added as well.
I like that one better.
I like both, you know. It depends on what day it is, you know.
I feel like bibim naengmyeon would be more approachable than even the regular naengmyeon, just because there's more
Yeah.
flavor.
Is it the concept of like cold broth?
It's cold and sour, which is a lot of people
Yeah.
trips them up because a lot of people don't eat like cold foods as like the main dish.
Fair.
You know, like
Fair.
cold noodles is a very foreign concept to people. Tteokbokki, everyone's seen it in a K-drama. They've seen their idols eating it. It's
Classic.
like rice cakes, spice stuff. Here's the problem with eating tteokbokki in Korea. Some places, because Koreans can inherently take more spice than a lot of people, some places are extremely spicy. Like
It's not
some of
that
the
spicy.
some of them are, dude.
I mean, usually they're not, I think.
Usually they're not. but some
Usually they're
places
not.
are.
Yeah, of course there's gonna be weird psychos out there who just decide to throw in capsaicin in the raw, but
I think more introductory would be tteokbokki because everyone
Yeah.
who knows a little bit about Korean culture and they've seen TV, they've generally seen people eat it.
this is actually a question as a Korean person to non-Korean friends, right? I've heard mixed opinions mixed first impressions about rice cake and its texture and how.
Oh
like,
yes, it's too
chewy.
chewy for some people,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
that's
What?
no like
Like,
people will chew on it. It's like kind of soft, but like kind of chewy at the same
So
time. And
Anita,
like,
some people don't like mochi or duck
Oh.
or Korean rice cakes. There are a lot of people who think it's a little chewy and weird.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Like I've heard like people saying that it kind of tastes like you're chewing on another person's tongue or something.
Well, here's the thing:
What?
naengmyeon is also chewy and like that too.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
They're both kind of have that same problem. But I would think tteokbokki is better for
Yeah, I think that's an
introductory.
easier.
I do think tteokbokki is a
Intro.
better representation of the common life in Korea.
Easier.
All right, tteokbokki it is. Tteokbokki moves on to next round. Next round. All right, round 7.
next round.
We have pork belly Korean barbecue versus takgalbi Korean barbecue.
I love
Oh.
both.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Samgyeopsal. It's called samgyeop because it's the 3 layers of fat of the belly. It's a pork belly. You barbecue. That dish looks really good. That's cooking on top of a cauldron lid as well, guys.
Yep.
On the left picture, and you got the bokum kimchi on there.
The
You got some pa salad, some green onion salad on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
You got a dipping
The
sauce on the
garlic.
top left with that looks like it has some cheongyang gochujang in it. There's a lot going on in this picture. You also grill up the garlic on this plate. You're having a fantastic time. Oh my
That
god.
looks so good.
Perhaps you have some lettuce or genni perilla leaves on the side that you're gonna
Yes.
wrap with it. You got a rice,
with
you
the
got some rice,
sam.
and then you eat the mooningman after. This is a party.
Oh my
Dak
god.
Galbi, on the other hand, is one of the best restaurant experiences in Korea, in my opinion.
Oh.
It's so
because-
good. I loved it when I had it.
So
yeah.
dak galbi is essentially it's chicken and it's marinated in a spicy, savory red sauce. The one in this picture has a cheese line in the middle because some
Yeah,
Koreans like to eat
and
it with
it
cheese
melts,
as well.
and it's
But
so
you don't
good.
have to get it with cheese. You can get a non-cheese.
It's better,
You
yeah.
eat like dak galbi. You might order some rice. You might have the what is it? The sammu. Or like they have these little pickled radish sheets that you wrap in it as a sour
Yes,
component.
kimchi one is what they have. Yes.
Yeah, they have sammu. It's delicious. And also with dak galbi, when you order at the restaurant, typically the person you order from will come and help you cook it.
Mix, yeah.
Well, they'll mix it for you. But in Korea, some places will also cook your barbecue for you. So both of
That's
these are
it,
like big
that's it.
table meals at restaurants.
An experience.
Right. These are party meals essentially. You go with like
Yeah.
3-4 other
Gathering
folks.
meals.
Right.
Yeah.
Drinking, you eating delicious food. These are 2 very good introductory meals, I
Oh.
think. 2 of the best.
Both are great with soju. Both are great as a party. Here's what I think.
Okay.
Both of these options become a little boring after a bit. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Pork belly, I think, is great. If you're just eating nothing but pork belly, it's the same oily texture over and over again.
Some people are averse to eating foods that are too fatty as well.
Yeah, it's very greasy at a certain point, and you kind of get turned off by it. Same goes for 닭갈비. It's not the grease that's the issue. It's essentially just one sauce. Everything kind of tastes the same.
Everything tastes the same in
Yeah.
this delicious
One
red
thing,
sauce.
yeah.
Yeah, it's all one flavor.
That being said, pork belly, you can mix it up with fried
The
rice
ingredients,
or kimchi
the
or the
toppings.
garlic.
Yeah, they do the kimchi, they do garlic. Sometimes you have mushrooms or you have an onion that you're cooking on the side of it.
Yeah.
If at a really bougie place, they'll give you the Korean egg souffle, geranjim around. I've been to a place where the grill itself has a trough on the egg on the side where you're cooking eggs. That's a good time. And then with samgyeopsal, when you finish the leftovers, you could ask them to make fried rice on the grill that you made it on.
Yeah.
Which is another great time there. Same thing with 닭갈비 though. You could do the same thing at both places. They make fried rice at the end.
I think personally, here's the thing. I don't know if you guys knew this, but 닭갈비 has been having like a. Actually, I'm not sure if it is anymore, but it was really trendy and viral in Southeast Asia for like the last couple of years.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. It was like really popular over there as a Korean food. And you know, it's all right. Koreans love to throw cheese on everything nowadays. This is part of that. But nothing beats good Korean barbecue.
KBBQ,
Pork belly.
samgyeopsal. And if you can't eat pork, you get beef as well. So
Sure.
that is
So
also
good.
great.
Yeah.
I think that the Korean barbecue, if you're gonna eat one meal in Korea, you should get a traditional barbecue experience. I think.
Yes.
You should.
Yeah.
I apologize to all of our vegetarian and vegan listeners who have no idea what we're talking about.
It's all meat. It's all
Yeah.
meat. Bro, you remember back in college, I bought a grill and we had Korean barbecue parties in my apartment and we invited like 20
good.
people.
Good times.
Oh, that was a good time.
Good times.
Good times.
Good times. Pork belly wins. Moving on to the next round.
Final round of the first round. Or final matchup of the first round.
Final matchup of the round of 16. We have tonkatsu fried pork cutlet versus japchae, which is stir-fried sweet potato starch noodles.
Okay, well, the first thing is donkatsu for Koreans and donkatsu to Japanese, I think are different things.
Yes.
I think in Japanese donkatsu, it's more about the quality of the meat that's being eaten, and it's more about the presentation. In Korea, you do like a thin pork cutlet, and they smother it in the donkatsu sauce plus a ton of butter in the sauce.
Okay, no. I that used to be the case back in the 90s.
Not anymore? It's
Not
more
anymore.
meat-based as well? Okay.
Look at the photo I got for you, buddy. This is
Yeah, that looks
tonkatsu.
like a Japanese restaurant.
Actually, I took that photo.
Oh, it's at that one restaurant you mentioned before. Yeah.
There's this place in Korea called Ozeze. They have 3 locations. That's Ozeze. Oh my god, that was the best pork cutlet I had in my entire life. I still dream of it. Getting in was incredibly difficult, but there were other foreigners in there as well. So somehow they got in. So I'm sure people can get in as well if you figure it out. But anyways, it was so juicy, but so smooth when you chew into it, and it just kind of melts into your mouth. And it's all deep fried in this, breaded outer layer, and it's good.
You're about to cry.
Japchae is it's a potato starch noodle, which is accompanied by a bunch of different vegetables, including like I've seen peppers in it, I've seen green onion, mushroom, carrot. I think of japchae as like you're at a Korean party and they need filler food. Like, at a Chinese party, it's yang chow fried rice is the filler thing for like you go to a Chinese wedding. There's always like a bunch of fried rice because they want people to get full on that. Yeah. At a Korean party, they want you to eat a lot of japchae so you get full on that. But here's the thing:
It tastes good.
Good japchae is delicious, but the vast majority of japchaes are pretty mid.
Yeah, I kind of associate japchae with catered foods once again.
Yeah, right?
Same.
Like
Yeah.
you at a wedding and they're like, "Oh, we ran out of the good stuff. We have a lot of japchae and rice left, y'all."
You know what it honestly is for me? is that student organization that we used to run. Like I was the one calling the food caterer.
We got so much japchae, dude.
And we were working with such a tight budget. The lady yelled at me for like how tight the budget was, and she was like, "I'm gonna have to double the amount of japchae." And I was like, "Okay, I mean, fine, whatever, do the thing." And I'm glad. It was an awful experience, you know. Put that out there.
Japchae, some like my grandma makes really good japchae because I think she adds more seasoning than a typical one. But a normal japchae is just kind of there. It's just kind of there.
It's all right.
And the potato starch noodles are a little weird because they don't have any flavor inherently on their own. It's like those diet noodles you could buy, the shirashi noodles. It's almost like that.
But not as low calorie either. That's the thing.
No, not as low calorie. But that being said, everyone loves if you can eat pork, but you could get a chicken katsu as well.
And it's
Everyone
fried.
loves a deep fried cutlet.
It's good.
Italians got cutlets for chicken parm. Japanese got tonkatsu. It's all good. But would you consider this a Korean food? That's the thing to me.
I don't care. It's good. Who gives a crap?
I consider it a Japanese food. But that being said, between these two, tonkatsu is way better.
Dude, I'm like so horny over that photo. You have no clue right now. Like, good lord.
Okay, Warren.
Okay.
Hey, yo, just click it. Just click it.
All right, we're going. I don't care what you have to say, Anita. We're going to tonkatsu.
All right, let's speed round to the finals.
All right.
Oh, this is gonna be hard.
All right, round of eights. We got tonkatsu versus jeokbokkeum.
At
Pork
this
versus
point,
pork.
I think that the tonkatsu falls out, and you got to try jeok first.
Bye.
Yeah. Jeokbokkeum's a little more Korean. All right, next round we have Korean fried chicken versus army stew. Korean fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Korean fried chicken.
Chicken.
You cannot
Chicken.
stop me.
Fried chicken's where it's at.
All right, round 3 we have pork belly versus tteokbokki. Oh,
Pork belly.
Pork belly.
Pork belly.
really? That easy?
Yes. KBBQ. Come on.
Yes.
Fair. We'll go with the pork belly.
Oh.
All right, pork belly moves on. Round 4 of the round of 8s. We have kimchi and rice versus sundubu stew.
Both of these suck, but it has to be the one on the right.
Sundubu.
Sundubu.
Yeah.
Sundubu, yeah, it has to be.
Shout out to BCD Tofu House in K-Town in NYC.
That's where Anita was gonna meet ATs after KCON, which never happened.
It's never happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did you guys hear about the rat, Doug?
Oh.
I heard about the rat in New York City. I heard about it.
What?
So, okay, if you're eating or something, don't listen. This is disgusting.
Trigger warning.
Someone ordered a stew from a Korean restaurant in Koreatown, and they claimed that there was a rat in it.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
There was photos of like half the rat just floating around the soup.
Oh my god.
And there's a big lawsuit on both sides now. The person's obviously suing because they had the rat in their food. The other person is countersuing for defamation. The restaurant is countersuing.
That being said, I do need to make it clear it is not the tofu place that we just mentioned.
No, it is not
No,
BCD
no,
Tofu
no.
House. It is another tofu
It is
house.
completely different.
No, they don't serve tofu. No. I'm afraid to mention their name because I don't want to be sued. But look it up. You'll find it right away. It was really famous. I used to go there a whole bunch. That's the thing. Like I'm scarred.
Hey, you do know, Martin, that place had a C on the health department rating, which is terrible.
I mean, still,
Yeah.
I literally used to go to the same place in Korea when I was a little kid. So and I had memories.
All right, enough rat talk. Sundubu Jjigae wins here.
Sundubu Jjigae wins here. All right,
Semifinals.
semifinals. We have Korean fried chicken versus pork belly.
This should have been the final.
This should have been the final.
Um.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Do you want better taste because you choose fried chicken? Do you want the more authentic experience to introduce someone to Korean food? You choose Korean barbecue.
I think the barbecue experience
I think you
is
choose barbecue.
more, yeah, it gives more options.
Yeah.
More.
When I
of
went
an
to Korea
activity.
and I had the Korean barbecue in Korea, it was like a life changing. I was like, I've eaten Korean barbecue all over New Jersey and New York and wherever I've been. It's different. It's different. You sitting on those plastic stools with the big circular metal table, dude. There's a lot of chatter. There's soju going all over the place. It's the best experience.
I
Good.
definitely think it's like the atmosphere that makes it even more delicious. You know what I
You
mean?
might
Like,
even be sitting in a tent that they put up on the side of their building, dude. It's great.
that's how you know it's good. They ran out of space in their restaurant, so they had to make more outside in their
Exactly.
parking lot.
Yeah, I think the barbecue pork belly wins here.
Yeah.
As for an experience.
Korean fried chicken, as much as I love it, like I mentioned earlier, is primarily delivery food or takeout food. So you're gonna be eating it alone in your little apartment, which is not as exciting as being at a party. So pork belly takes the win. All right. We have sundubuchige versus 제육볶음.
제육볶음 has to win.
Yeah.
제육볶음? Huh? 제육볶음. 언니라 say 제육볶음.
Yes. That
Say the
one.
word.
제육볶음.
There you go. 제육볶음.
That was weird, dude. That was weird.
All right. Anita, read me what the final round is.
We got the pork belly. And then we got the stir-fried pork.
What are they in Korean? Dude, you took so many Korean classes in Korea. In
Why? Why are
college.
you putting me on the spot like
Hey,
this?
you got the samgyeopsal, and you have the JU,
sale.
the samgyeopsal and the JU. My
Samgyeopsal.
guy.
Thank you, Sale, and the 제육볶음.
제육볶음.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I think that 제육 is probably tastier on average, but the
Really?
pork belly, when you get to eat kimchi, right? You get to sit around, you get to eat the barbecue, which is an experience in itself. You get to eat the fried rice afterwards. You're probably going to eat naengmyeon after that, the cold buckwheat noodles. It is the best experience of dining for
It's a couple course meal. Like
It is.
it's a many course meal.
yeah.
You get to
Here's
eat the
the
계란찜. You get to eat a stew like a 된장찌개 or a kimchi-jjigae probably.
Ooh.
I think the American equivalent of this is like 제육볶음. It's like a regular cheeseburger off your diner.
A good cheeseburger, yeah.
Sure, a good cheeseburger, you know. Pork belly is Korean barbecue is like barbecue. It is.
It's like going to Texas, getting a tray of barbecue and eating like a pie afterwards. You know,
Ooh,
you
yes.
get to have a big experience there.
I think it's even better.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I would choose pork belly, aka Korean barbecue, as the winner.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Pork belly takes the win. Therefore, we have decided as a collective that the best Korean foods to introduce to your non-Korean family or friend that is not familiar with Korean food is samgyeopsal,
And
aka
if
pork belly.
If you live in a different country that doesn't have too much Korean food, if you ever go on if you're fortunate enough to go on a vacation to a different country or a big city somewhere, there are typically Korean restaurants in almost every major city these days. And I highly recommend you guys try it out. Boom.
Yep.
All right. This wraps up SojuTalk episode 228. We'll see you guys next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.